Blackthorn Valley was a place of eternal mist, where the sun rarely pierced the thick fog. At its center stood Blackthorn Manor, an ancient estate with a reputation steeped in horror. The Wycliffe family, who had once lived there, mysteriously disappeared in the early 1800s, leaving behind only a single blood-stained letter from the eldest son, Damien. The letter read, "We summoned the blood, but it seeks us now." The villagers spoke in hushed tones, claiming that the manor was cursed. Over the years, animals vanished, children were heard crying in the night, and strange figures were seen at the manor's windows. No one dared go near it. One fateful evening, 3 friends, Emily, Jack, and Oliver, decided to test the village's tales. They ventured to Blackthorn Manor, eager to experience the horror for themselves. As they stepped inside, the air grew heavy, and the floor creaked beneath their feet. The walls were lined with old portraits of the Wycliffe family, their eyes unnervingly lifelike. In the grand hall, they found an ancient book resting on a dusty table. Its cover was made of weathered leather, and inside were strange symbols, some scrawled in what appeared to be blood. Jack, always the boldest, opened the book and began reading aloud. "Animas vocare, sanguinem dare." The moment he spoke the words, a chilling whisper filled the air. "You have called, and it has heard you." Suddenly, from the shadows above, a figure dropped down, tall, emaciated, with hollow eyes and a mouth stretched wide, revealing jagged teeth. Its skin was deathly pale, and its limbs moved like the branches of an old, twisted tree. "Give blood," the creature hissed. Before they could react, the creature lunged at Oliver, its bony fingers wrapped around his throat, squeezing the life from him. Emily screamed as she watched, helpless, her heart pounding in her chest. But when she turned to Jack for help, she found him frozen, his eyes black as night. His mouth curled into a twisted grin. "It's too late. It's your turn now." The walls around them seemed to close in, the manor itself alive and hungry. Hands, pale and skeletal, reached from the cracks in the walls, pulling at their legs, dragging them toward the creature. Emily, fighting for her life, broke free and ran toward the door, but the ground beneath her feet seemed to shift and buck, as though the house itself was trying to swallow her whole. With every ounce of strength left, Emily hurled herself through the door, collapsing into the cold, fog-filled yard. Behind her, the door slammed shut with a deafening crash. She could hear Oliver's and Jack's screams fading into the night, their voices lost in the silence. The next morning, Emily was found lying outside the manor, covered in blood, her eyes wide with terror. She was barely conscious, her words a frantic whisper. "They're not gone. They're still here, waiting, and they'll come for you." The villagers sealed the manor once more, but the tales of Blackthorn Manor continued. On some nights, the cries of the Wycliffe family could still be heard, and sometimes 2 figures could be seen in the windows. One pair of eyes empty and lifeless, the other gleaming with hunger.